I guess I'm in charge of the calisthenics portion of our program. Earlier tonight, had some fun with the guys who ran the 40-yard dash, and now a gentleman who walked 30 miles today around campus. Mike Myers, who's a professor at the business school, accounting, correct?
That's right.
Walking a long distance in a circle cannot be easy. Can you tell us why?
Well, the idea was to raise money for a water well in the landlocked African country Burkina Faso. It's one of the poorest countries in the world, and the idea was if I could, make a difference in a village, that would make a significant difference for that village. So, I guess if you want to know the history of it, of why I started doing this, a few years ago in church, this 12-year-old girl came and talked about how she had raised $2,000 for a water well, and I started talking about how poor Burkina Faso was, and that the average lifespan was 50 years old, and the average annual income was about $400, and 1 out of 3 children died before the age of 10. At the time, my daughters were twin 7-year-olds and a 5-year-old, and I could not imagine having to bury one of them. So on our way home, my wife was like, well, we need to do something. And so thinking back and forth what I could do, I said I really wanted to do it not just something that I did, but maybe something that Notre Dame could do. Is I just sort of on a lark asked my students, how about if I walk basically the equivalent of what a family would do, and in a week, about 30 miles, would you be willing to go with me and collect money? And about 2/3 of my students all stood up and said, yeah, we'll help. And so they went off collecting money, and that first year they collected over $5,000. And so that was enough for more than 2 wells to be built. And so when a village gets a well, it's really an inflection point. So rather than the kids and the moms going off and getting water, now suddenly they can be home as a family. They can get water in their village. They can go to school. They can learn a trade. They can actually have a life that they otherwise wouldn't have. It would simply be a subsistence lifestyle. So being able to do this has been a significant, I think, improvement in a number of villages.
So 30 miles today. What time did you get started? What time did you get done?
So I started about 6:20 this morning, and finished about 4:40.
And how you holding up?
Yeah, my feet hurt.
Do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah, I gotta teach tomorrow, guys. 12:50. We're heading class one time.
Well, you don't have to stand in class. You could sit while you teach tomorrow.
I stand, I pace, and I yell. So we're doing it all.
Mike, that's a noble cause and a wonderful effort, and all of us in the Notre Dame family, thank you very much. That's pretty cool.
Thanks, I appreciate
That's
it.
Mike Myers. Hey, Ryan Harris knows something about icing up. Go ice up, son. Ice up.